Bam! Welcome, everyone. I apologize for the delayed start, but I procrastinated. I kind of even debated on whether or not I was going to stream tonight for a minute. Um, and also what I was going to stream. Hmm. Okay, so what are we gonna start on today? Um, I have to apply the brown to the leathery bits on the helmet. I could actually work on the head a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna start with tonight. Is I want to get this basically as done as possible before I attach it to the torso. Um, so, thing first. So, how is everybody doing today? How has everybody's fucking Thursday been? Or how is your Friday going? Because I know a lot of people watch me from the other side of the pond. Okay, yeah. There we go. Now we are going to grab. No zero kicking around. You. Charlie. Oh, yeah. Here. Yeah, I was gonna do that little strip there as red. I think that would look pretty cool. Um, And as well, it would, like I said before, bring some red up to the head and kind of tie in with the rest of the scheme. Now the scene itself, I have to figure out exactly what sort of palette I want to have for that. Um, because like, do I want like dark and dingy? Do I want like high class bar in a, you know, in a in a more like high class area? And I can always go over it with a little bit more black. I'm probably going to need to anyway once I do the metallics, so I can always essentially fix anything I've fucked up. Um, so yeah, that's gonna look pretty cool. It's gonna I think add an air of realism. I'm probably gonna do the same like leather with the holster on her leg. I think that would actually look pretty cool too. Um, in a futuristic scene, have a couple of things that are like, yeah, I can picture that. Waiting at her side. Jamie Dawson and okay. So now we're gonna work with some metallics. I'm gonna have an a fucking ADHD squirrel moment. And we're gonna clean this brush really well. That's one of the things that using more inks I've found I've had to do more often is when I'm using it's because they wick so much into the bristles. I find it's better just to, even if you rinse them out really well, just fucking give them a clean after using inks. Otherwise, yeah. Another another one more run. Bit of swirl. Gather up some of that soapy goodness. And we rub. Welcome in, Safik. How are you doing? And yes, I did read all of that. That was kind of the whole pause. It is well crafted. And an entertaining entrance. Okay. That's better. Okay. So now. Hmm. Do I want to go? So I'm using Vallejo model color for either way. But for the metallic bits, do I want to go silver, which will be like a higher contrast with everything else? Or do I want to go with the gunmetal gray and keep the palette mainly like more subdued for the helmet? Yeah, I can see it. Hmm. I think the silver might actually suit. Yeah, we're gonna go with the silver because that, to me, and I think I'm probably weird for saying this, um, but like just the way it works in my in my dome, the silver seems more of a futuristic metal. Like you would think in like a futuristic type setting, the metal would be a lot shinier. It's the same project. It is going to be basically my project for a while. I'm still painting the futuristic cyberpunk lady that I've been painting all week. I'm probably going to be working on her herself. Um, for a couple of for yeah, probably a couple of weeks. Um, and then I also have to do the scene that she's going in, and I still have to decide for that if I'm going to go the 3D printing route, um, or if I'm going to bust out the CNC for more stuff. Um, think I might go with the like I'm leaning towards the 3D printing uh, avenue. I think that would be easier, like easier on me to like create and mix in whatever I need to do or whatever I need to get the effect that I want. Okay. Now we bust out the silver. Um, Well, most of my paint jobs, like when it comes to Battle Max, most of my paint jobs are generally like meh, meh, like fairly like really fairly dark paint jobs for the most part. This is actually a really good cross section of the paint jobs I've done. I'm the goth kid that grew up and just wears all black now. Like, I think I have a couple of things that aren't black. Hey there, Gore. How are you doing? Um, I'm not too bad. Still got all my fingers and toes. I booked a week off for my birthday this year because the Friday from May 2 4 weekend is the Friday after my birthday. Like, my birthday is that week. And I didn't really realize it at first that May 2 4 was that like weekend after. And my ride, like, buddy of mine brought it up. And I'm like, oh shit. For those who don't know, May 2 4 is Victoria Day long weekend. Um, it is a statutory holiday in Canada. I'm not going to explain statutory holidays. I'm sure you get it. Um, not you, Gore, because you. I know you're in Canada too, but there are some people who aren't. Maybe. Um, but no, so I decided to just say fuck it, and because he was like, well, why don't you take the instead of the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off? Oh, I know, right? But yeah, like my buddy was like, well, why don't you take instead of taking the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off? Because I was just going to take 3 days off and just have like a super long weekend. It's like, why don't you just take the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off? Because it's the May 2 4, and I'm like, oh shit. Well, in that case, I may as well just take the week off. The reason why I wanted to take the well, yeah, exactly. Well, like one of the main reasons why I wanted to take the beginning of the week off is there is a Dwarf Fortress uh, charity stream event thing happening that I had signed up to potentially be a part of, and if I get chosen, I want to be available. The basic premise of it is a bunch of streamers pass around the same save file and stream for like 2 hours at a time. Actually, CleanoDev is the one who had. essentially passed it along to me. Um, Actually, I don't know if he's been in JT's streams recently. At least not on Fridays. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get back into the habit of having like a couple of different games that I play rather than like hyper fixating on one for a while and then giving up on it forever. Well, not forever, but you know, for an extended period of time. I mean, Dwarf Fortress is the best one of those out there. Like it's oh nice. Yeah, I've been meaning to do a second playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 in fucking honor mode. I still haven't done the Dark Urge playthrough that I wanted to do. I think that would be fun, but that would be one of those things that I would need to dedicate some time to. Um, I can feel that. I can feel that. That's why I limit. That's why I generally limit. That's fair. That's fair. Now, to be fair, there is the classic version of Dwarf Fortress, which is like the ASCII version that is has always been free and is basically the same game, just you know, not as pretty. Yeah, I I feel that too. Um, that's one of the reasons why I currently am still at the stage of sub assemblies with my tryhard project here. Because that way I can kind of bounce. Pardon me. When I start like losing the drive for one part, I can bounce to another one to like try and get that back. Now, is it like a color choice you feel stuck with, or because I might be able to help? Rog and Rolla. Some of these Pokemon names are fucking ridiculous. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Um, hmm. And you can. Oh, nice. Well, I was about to say, like, his the big suggestion that I could think is if she has like a focal point that you can pick out, if that makes sense. Oh, the fucking. I'm at some point, like, I'm probably going to be working on her for another week. And then I'm probably going to take at least a week of doing streams where I'm probably not going to be painting, but I'm going to be at my computer fucking around with Blender, coming up with the scene that she's going to be in. At least the, like, basic, like, wall and ground. Oh, yep. Yeah, it sucks that the fucking I don't know if any subs are in chat at the moment, but it kind of sucks that the phone app doesn't have a countdown for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some touch ups, but that'll be fine. I always have to do touch ups. Okay, so this is gonna be the fucking difficult part. Ooh, actually, I think these buckles I'm gonna do is metallic too, like these right here. But yeah, like if she has like a focal point for your dragon lady, that might be something to try and pick out and like almost overemphasize, if that makes sense. Um, like another way you could do it too is I know you've shown her on JT's stream. Well, I can see you typing now, yes. Oh, nice. Is this I know somebody who you could pay to do it for you, I know somebody, or I know somebody who you could go to for advice? Somebody. Bernsey, welcome in. How are you doing today? What are you up to? What we working on? Raiders, welcome in. Apparently, I'm one of the 8 that came in with you because I was lurking in your stream. I didn't say anything, but I was like, hey, I'm gonna lurk in somebody's stream while I'm on. Ooh, Burnsy's on. Let's lurk in his stream. Give him the view. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I really should learn how to do some more tricks with my airbrush. But like brush painting just feels so natural. I'm as you see here, and as the title says, I'm working on my try hard piece. Huh? Well, like Bernsey knows he can share stuff in chat. It's just I would normally be the one to say that. Unless I'm misreading your intention by what you said, Sapphic. Um, Hold on. I gotta go back up. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm currently like viewing my stream manager on my phone, and when a bunch of shit happens at once, shit gets lost, so I apologize. That okay. So thing with that is it's a lot more. Oh, yeah, no worries. I will take a look at it. It's easier for me to do off stream because my setup is as janky as it is. Like I mentioned before, I'm like across the room from my computer that I'm streaming on at the moment. Um, so yeah, difficulties and all. Okay, so where was? Oh yeah, I have this other little buckly piece here to deal with. Knowing my luck, I'll probably be working on just the head all night. It would, because that would be over at my couch. Like I can take a look at it. I may not show it on stream, but I will definitely direct people towards it. And if any of you hit exclamation point Discord, it will load up the Discord, and you can also see what I am looking at as well. Also, yeah, I don't have scenes set up to show Discord on stream. I used to, but then I ended up having to do a reformat, so shit happens. But tea time. Oh, hi, Miss Priss. Oh, that's in your way, isn't it? Oh, little stuff for you. Little miss. Okay, so let us take a look at what. Let me take a look at what you had shared. Ah, okay. Okay. Interesting. Nice. Boop. Oh, nice. Interesting. Cheer, welcome in. Wheat. Caffeinating. Remember, kids, coffee is love, coffee is life. How are you doing today? I need to put some more silver on the palette. Yeah, you can't throw two. Oh, you didn't quite throw it the first time. That's fair. It happens. Nice. I think. Um, my mic was more across the room, so it might not have been picking up because it is a like directional mic. I did again janky ass setup. I did the PNGs looked awesome. They I think I think the designs are rather interesting, and the color choices are pretty neat. But Emmy, getting back to what you were saying before, um, I do like part of this is I want to do as much of it as I can on my own. As like it is for a like basically a try hard art swap. So like oh nice. So definitely somebody who might be able to provide advice would be helpful. But yeah, I'm not intending on commissioning the background piece. I'm also not 100% sold on what I'm gonna do for it yet. I'm still kind of waffling because like I'm still leaning towards the idea of kind of like inside of a city. But I don't know if I want it to be like a higher end type area, like somewhere in the fucking slums and like outside of a dive bar. Hell, maybe in a fucking ooh, that's something that I could do in the corner of a room. Maybe. Pardon me. Chat place as design request and response for marketing. Thank you. I ensure that after posting that's done. Ooh. Brain hurting is not good. Okay. So now, and that, read that again. It sucks that you didn't get a response. Like, if I'm gonna design something for someone, I would honestly rather know. I would rather them be like, yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna go with this, rather than just fucking ghosting. Because that shit sucks. I've been ghosted. It's never fun. We want to play through. I have anything by hand. It's, yeah, that's fair. Nice. Merch. Very thing. And then. I did think that one was pretty neat. Because it's not every day that you see like an undead or dark fairy being painted. I actually would like to see more people um take a look like when they're painting fairies or drawing fairies. Like obviously I have no control over what people do. But I would like to see just personally more like unseelie fae art because while they're assholes, they're interesting. They're interesting assholes. And yes, I am aware that I just called the Unseelie Fae assholes. If I lived in an area that had a little bit more nature around me, I would probably be worried. Yeah, I get that. Hmm. I don't know. Don't seem to be any around here. At least none that come to fuck with me, or that have come to fuck with me. So, still confident in my safety. Though, to be fair, I also call my cat, whom I love, an asshole because cats are assholes. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've had to deal with them before in other places. I haven't here. Though I chalk that up to my fat and sassy asshole of a cat more than anything else. Ooh, those I'm gonna do red. So those two bits and that bit there are all gonna be red. I think that will work. Yeah. Yeah. Fucker with these Pokemon today. Did I like travel to a new area? Like, that was itchy spot. And I think there were depictions of gremlins before that, just they had different targets. At least there were old depictions that essentially most people recognize as gremlins. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and when it comes to light direction on this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like colored light, essentially, like if as though possibly through like a window. You know, I just realized, probably should have said realized this before, but something happens to me at work tomorrow. I'm a machine operator. Kind of my own fault. Well, it would be anyway because I'm expected to be in control of my machines. So thankfully, with my machine, there is very little. There are very few ways that I would could be directly hurt by my machine, other than like complete catastrophic failure of the machine, like parts flying through the fucking air at me type deal. So that said, I did have a. You have not. Interesting. There we go. Motherfucker. Paint on my brush. You know? I can believe that. Sorry, I can understand that. That's the correct word, like the correct word to convey my intent. Um I can understand that. I think that's why one of the reasons why I never came up with like a persona for streaming or anything like that. Like a lot of people come up with that and that's fine for them. It works for them, whatever. It is what it is. I no. I would feel like I'm fucking being looked at as fake and I would rather just, be the asshole with a paintbrush that swears at what they're painting. Bastard. There we go. So yeah, I am gonna have to go over and do some cleanup. But I think that's the majority of the metallics done, at least for now. That's where we're at on her noggin at the moment. I really like how the straps came out. I think that reads really well as leather. Um, to be 100% honest, the only difference between on stream and off stream for me is I get frustrated less on stream. Um, it is basically the long and the short of it. Especially when it comes to things like video games. If I'm playing video games and I'm not streaming, I definitely swear a lot more at the video game, and get angry. But when I am streaming and like if I'm playing video games, yeah, I generally will like I'll still swear at it, but I won't get as frustrated because like to be 100% honest, people don't want to see that shit. People don't want to see don't so okay, so some people do. But people generally don't want to see somebody getting unreasonably angry at a video game. Not anymore. Before, like, fucking, at one point in time, if I would have got into it a lot sooner, I would have been able to probably make really good money with that sort of shtick. Be able to make it big on YouTube, be one of those celebrities that, you know, Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Uh, I think I talk more when I stream, but I mean that's kind of nature of the beast. Um, that would be another difference. I'm a lot quieter in person. Um, Especially if I'm in like a new situation because I have to observe and feel weirdly enough, I have to feel comfortable and welcomed in before I will eagerly participate. I think that's the best way to put it. Um, put some more red down on the palette. The reason I have multiple things of red is while wet palettes are awesome and they help keep your paint fucking good during your painting session, I've found that no matter what paint I use, there's just too much moisture. Well, sorry, there's either too much moisture or not enough moisture, and the paint either dries out or gets too watery. Which is an unfortunate thing, but you know what? It is what it is. Like these palette papers that I'm using are the Red Grass Games one that came with the Painter version 2 palette, and they're reusable. So, like I can rinse that off and use it again, and I like use it like I think up to like 10 times. Like wash it and reuse it like 10 times, and then thereby needing less paper in general, which is better for the environment. I'm utilizing less tree corpses. Now, to be fair, those tree corpses are already going to be turned into paper, so them lasting longer for me specifically isn't going to mean much. Come on, just mixy, mixy, mixy. Mixy, mixy, mixy. Don't know why you're being weirdly hydrophobic right now. That's better. It's just too thin still. Which, that's a lot better now. Let's give you another little mixy mix. But yeah, like for me, streaming is more of a way to yeah, no worries. Have a great rest of your day. But yeah, just to continue what I was saying. Streaming for me is more of a well, it kind of serves double duty. Um, it helps keep me painting because like I don't know if I would be doing a lot of painting if not for streaming. because like I would probably paint, but it would probably be on and off and splotchy and like not on a regular basis. Because a big part of painting for me is the social aspect of it. Chatting while I'm painting and, talking about shit and, just hanging out with people while I'm doing the thing and while we're all doing, whatever it is that we're doing. That's how I got back into the painting side of the hobby. Like when I got back into 40K, when I was playing it before, it like a good chunk of it was me at a buddy's place painting minis as he's, playing something on his PS3 or whatever, just hanging out and we're all doing our own and we're doing our own thing. But like that that social aspect of it kind of gave me more motivation to get things painted. It gave me kind of something to look forward to in addition to the progress on what I was doing. And there would be days where there'd be like 3 or 4 people over there painting and just hanging out and shooting the shit, which was always fucking awesome. And then secondly is kind of like the fucking mental health thing. Generating a community that we can all learn and improve and grow from one another. And I would like to think I have one of the best communities on Twitch. Because you guys are all fucking awesome. I'm just gonna run with that. They kind of fucked up with it, but whatever. It'll work. It will fucking work. Maybe not. I might have to go over that again. That's fine because then I got the rest of it already painted, and that'll be easy to fix. Um, but yeah, having that red there, I think, is going to make sure everything is as brought together as entirely possible. I think that's actually as much as I can do on the head for now. You're gonna go back there and chill out for a bit and figure out what I'm fucking start working on next. I've been kind of putting the flesh tone off. Um, I don't know how I want to approach that. It's fucking daunting. Fucking daunting. So I think what I'm gonna do are going to take a look at the sword arm because sword arm is robot arm. for at least the most part. So I can do something robot army. Let's kind of hold this just for a minute. Actually, that kind of worked. Okay. So the idea I wanted to do is the sword blade itself is going to be black. Um, like the main part of the blade, and then the edge I'm probably going to do with the silver. The arm. So I have a couple of options. And I think so. Part of me wants to go over the prosthetic with white, then grab my Diox purple and do the prosthetic in that to make it kind of stick out from the rest of the body. Because like I could do it red, but I mean, I feel that that would just kind of blend in to the rest of the piece, and I don't think that would do it very, but like I don't think that would do it justice. So yeah, and I think okay, let me take a look at this. I know I can do like between the knuckle and the upper part of the finger. I know I can do some of those TMM, but it doesn't look like I can do the other joints that way. Maybe, maybe I'll just have to. I can't do it like that because that would be that would be difficult. Ooh. Okay. So instead, instead of doing uh white, I could do a candy coat. So I can take some of my Molotov Chrome, put that on over the prosthetic, let that dry. Then go over top of all of that with the Diox Purple. I think that's what I might do. Because then I can what I can also do with that is I can also kind of like just strategically avoid some areas so that it's still super shiny and reflective, at least until I put the matte varnish on it. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do that. Okay, and then a little. I think that's supposed to be a skull. I think it's just supposed to be a bead of some sort, but I can't tell. Possibly a bell. I might paint it up like it's a bell. Because you know what? Why the fuck not? Okay. So we are reversing tack. We're going back from doing normal paints to back to metallics. But we need one of these that I can utilize. You know what? I can use that. I can use that one. Okay, so what I'm going to be using here is Molotov Liquid Chrome. This is basically a refill for one of their uh, chrome ink marker things. But it also works really well when brushed on. And apparently it pushes through an airbrush pretty easy as well, which makes sense because it is an ink. Though, that being said, I haven't tried it myself, so I don't know the efficacy of going that route. That is to say, that's just a long-winded way of saying your mileage may vary. But I want to give this a good shake because I haven't used it in, a hot minute, possibly even a cold minute. Hey, okay, that should be enough. My arm's starting to get tired. There we go. 2 drops should be more than enough. I will keep that in front of me just in case it is not more than enough. And you're going to use the bigger brush this time. So these are some of the Lethal Shadows paint scythes that I'm using here. Basically, the shtick behind these is you can replace the tips, so you don't have to when one of your tips runs out, you don't have to replace the whole brush, which is a kind of cool concept. They're decent brushes. I don't use them for like the whole thing generally, mainly because I like natural hair brushes and these are synthetics. Um, I'm not paid to say this, but I do like the brushes. I would like for a while I was using them as my daily driver. Um, and if Lethal found a way to get natural hair tips, there's a very good chance I would use them on the regular again. And like, if you want to take a look at what Lethal Shadows has to offer, hit !lethal, and it'll bring up a link to his store page. Um, Keep in mind, I don't have like a promo code that I'm offering or anything like that. I'm just, shilling out for a member of the community. So we're just gonna kind of do the whole thing here. Go there. Actually, I'm gonna paint that bit as fabric. I think that actually makes sense with the way that it's sculpted. Yeah. Possibly like maybe do like a bandage or something like that. that could look cool. Ooh, so I'm gonna do a waffle again. I don't know if I want to do the diox or if I want to do the Quinn Violet that I have. Because the Quinn Violet that I have, that would actually look pretty cool on the arm as well because of its essentially the fact that it kind of changes color a little bit. The like with each layer of it that you put on, or rather different colors within the paint come out. But it's kind of one of those things that I have to commit one way or t'other. But for now, her arm is chrome. I mean, I could also leave it just chrome too. That would actually look kind of cool, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. Um, it feels cheap to me, especially when like the whole point of this is like you're trying you're trying hard. It's you're meant to be a little bit extra. Um, okay, so now I have to decide: do I want to do the Quinn Violet or the Diox Purple? Diox Purple is the best purple out there, hands down, bar none. Anybody who disagrees with me on this is wrong. Not entertaining anything otherwise. Um, appreciate that everybody has their opinions. Not every opinion is right. think I think having that I think having the purple to break up the color might actually be the way to go. Because with the Quinn Violet, it reads more pink, which could look cool, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's what I'm going for. Like it builds from a pink, I should say. And I want to give this a chance to dry a bit before I start going ham. Um, so we're gonna sit and chat for a little bit. Um, and I'm gonna use you all in chat as a sounding board, whether you want to respond or not. So there, because I do appreciate lurkers. Don't get it twisted if you're lurking and just kind of you don't have the spoons to interact. I don't expect anybody to. Um, just gonna throw that out there. But no, fucking. I think what I want to do. Okay, so I have a couple of options. One, like I said, is like the outside of a building. Essentially, you know, maybe outside of a bar or something like that. And another option is like inside of a room. I could also, I was actually just thinking about it. I could do kind of like a half wall behind her, move her further forward in the scene, and essentially have it that like she's standing at a corner. Like maybe like the corner of an alley or something like that. No, I don't necessarily like that idea. I think if she's gonna be outside, I think it has to be in front of a door to a building. Um, so I think at least for the time being, I'm gonna stick with the like outside of a bar scene that I was thinking. And do like an open sign and stuff like that above the bar, like above. I don't know how I'm gonna make that because I kind of wanted to do like a neon sign. Ooh, hold up. Think I might have. How rigid are you? You rigid enough to do what I want. Maybe. Ooh, might be able to make this work. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna bend it into shape though. But I think I have my open sign material. It's like essentially I kind of wanted to twist it myself and make it look like a neon open sign because I thought that would be kind of a cool idea. Um, I might be able to make that work because I think 3D printing that may be a little bit iffy. Like I could find an STL for that actually, and that wouldn't be too terrible. Okay, I'm gonna keep a couple of things in mind in regards to that. Um, because like I think first I'm gonna try and bend that wire into shape. I might even just to kind of cheap out a bit, make it look make it like look cursive, just because then that way it will be easier on me. Um, at least that's how I think. Anyway, I think it will be easier on me. Okay, I've given that enough time to cure up. Now we're gonna do our glaze. Okay. Nope, that's bone black. I don't need that. That's Diox purple. Yeah, so we're gonna do the Diox purple. I have decided I shall make it so. Just like Jean-Luc Picard does with sewing machines. Make it so. I don't care how terrible that joke is. I will not take it back. I'm always up at this time. I need to grab my phone for a second. Yeah. And yes, thank you very much, Sharky, for dropping the shout out. Well, first, let's throw a great ball. Okay. Up. Oh, 77. And what? Ow. Ah. Okay, I will treats for the putums in just a second. There we go. Yes, that's right. I just bought 77 Ultra Balls. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The one treat for the putums. You fucking. You dropped it. Here. I'll give you another chance. There's one. And. Oh, damn it, cat. Okay. Which camera will work best for this? Because I kind of can't swivel my painting camera around because it's taped in place because the arm that it's on sucks ass, and the threads are a little stripped. Oh, I mean, isn't that what you wanted? Also, okay, Chonker, come here. Ooh. Ow, let go. You're good. You're good. I can show as much as she is willing to show. She does not want to go up on my desk. See? Here's a putums. Here's a putums. Oh yeah. She is the chonk. Um I think she's around I think she's between like 20 and 30 pounds. Like she weighs as much as a toddler. My cat weighs as much as a toddler. You searching for the one that you dropped? You'll find it. You'll find it. But I'm not moving the chair to give you easier access just yet, so you're gonna have to suck it up, Buttercup. And for anybody who's wondering, her name is Trouble.
Aw, look. It just wants some lovin's. Go pet it.
Lovin's for the podums. Oh yes, lovin's for the podums. Richins. Ah. Weirdly enough, she has been essentially the one constant thing in my life for the last decade. And no matter where I've lived, no matter who I've lived with, she has been the one thing that has been around. Like there was actually one at one point. This was like long before I'd started streaming. Where there was a health issue that she had. Um, I ended up getting it. Like I ended up fixing it, but like I was at one point in time fucking worried that I would have to shell out a ridiculous amount of money that I didn't have because at the time I was working at a fairly exploitative fucking family run restaurant. So like working as a line cook, you don't have much money. It is not a glamorous job. Yeah, good. But yeah, I ended up fucking losing a friend over it because they they offered to loan me money, okay, which is a good thing. Like they were trying to be considerate. But the terms of the loan were not something that I could like meet just because of my finances at the time and stuff like that. Like I couldn't pay them back as quickly as they wanted to be paid back. So I'm like, thank you very much for the offer, but I can't accept this because I can't pay you back in time. And like at this point in time too, like I'm on I was still using Facebook. Um and I'd made a post about it, like about the situation, like I was super fucking upset. Then the dude snaps at me is like, "Oh, we offered to help you and you throw it back in our face." I'm like, "Look, dude, you're fucking getting this exceptionally twisted here. You offered me help, yes. The terms were not something that were tenable for me, so I said no. But I thanked you for it. I didn't throw anything back in your face." And then that was like the last that I had spoken to that individual. Which, as well, it's kind of a good riddance to bad rubbish type situation. As like, dude talked me into running a game because he wanted to play in a Lithid, and then kept asking for more and more and more as I was like, yeah. So definitely one of those situations of I am glad that that friendship self-destructed as quickly as it did. But yeah, trouble is essentially my little familiar. Well, not so little familiar. And hold on. And I know this is a late reaction to this, but you're asking me why I'm up. Why are you up? I work second shift. You are a responsible human being who is generally awake during the daytime hours. Well, you're awake during responsible people hours. Granted, so am I, but like, well, yeah, there's that too. Um, hey, you know what? I've done that, and I actually ended up getting one of the best grades when I was in college that I'd ever gotten over a paper that I bullshitted the night before it was due. I kind of wish I still had it, but I lost it in a move. It was essentially a project to interview an entrepreneur. I didn't know any entrepreneurs at the time. So instead of, doing what any self respecting fucking college student would do and finding one, I took an alternate route because I knew my teacher wasn't going to look into what I put. Like I knew she wasn't going to take the time to do it. She was overworked. She was like kind of half-assing the class. So what I did was fucking I'd so I took a real place from one of the towns that I lived in and like a real business and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to say that I interviewed this person. I think I went online and I found their name so that, add as much realism as possible. And fucking yeah, so I basically the way I did it was I to further obfuscate or at least attempt to obfuscate the fact that I bullshitted my way through it. Um I set it up so that like it was in four sections and each section kind of alternated. So the first section was set up as like an interview. The second section was me telling the story. The third section was back to like an interview type section, and the fourth section was me essentially finishing the story type deal. I shouldn't be proud of this, but I 100% am. Like it was, I used to, I used to think that I could write prose and poetry when I was younger. Like when I was in my 20s, that was a thing that I enjoyed doing. Um, if you were to find the right account of mine on DeviantArt, you could even find some of the stuff that I had written. Um, I think I may have used them at one point in time. But yeah, so like I used to write poetry, I used to write prose. I've written a couple of like very short stories. Um, but yeah, so like it was it was fucking great. Like it was in my opinion the best piece of fiction I had ever written, and it got the highest mark in the class. I don't know if that was the teacher's way of saying I see what you did there, but good job, or if they actually believed it. Because if they actually believed it, then I kind of feel at least a little bit bad. But yeah, I hey there, Lily Faye. How are you doing? But yeah, I was more on the deviant art side of things. Because I did, in addition to like the writing that I did, I also kind of as- saw myself as an abstract digital artist. Uncle Barely, thank you very much for that lyric. Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you. Do what you got to do. Well, see, thankfully, like it didn't go anywhere outside of the class. But yeah, that would be rather fucked up if it did get like published somewhere. And I can't even remember the dude's name. And he came across it and was like, I don't remember giving this interview. This does not sound like me at all. Why would I answer like this? Was I drinking? um yeah, I'm liking the choice that I made with this. Pull the arm out here. Come on. Focus, motherfucker. I don't know how well it's going to show up on there, but when I take pictures of it, it'll show up better. But the light candy coat, the light glaze of the purple over top of that, is fucking awesome. I love it. Um, Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all because I am getting to the point where we are going to be calling it for the evening here soon. Actually, I can show you without having to get up. Oh, 100%. So this I actually have that. Dude, that's the miniature I'm painting. I'm not doing that exact same color scheme, obviously. Um, but that's the piece that I'm doing. Oh yeah, like because the scheme that I'm going with is black and red. Like this is the basic of it. The pleated skirt, like inside the pleats there, I'm going to be doing white. I don't know what I'm going to do the blouse yet, if I'm going, or like the sweater, um, or the little like bow tie. But yeah, like the purple is there because like I didn't want to do it black because while doing it black could look cool and I could then like accent it with other colors. Um, like I wanted it to kind of pop. Because like the idea that I'm going for here is kind of like cyberpunk assassin because I'm using the alternate head that comes with the sculpt, which has the helmet on. Mainly because I hate painting eyes with a fiery passion that tingles my nether regions. Painting eyes is bad, okay? um, well, I'm bad at painting eyes, okay? But yeah, so the what else I worked on tonight was I basically got this to the point where other than doing a little bit of cleanup, I'm happy with it. Let's give that a twirl around. A little bit of red up on the top of the helmet to kind of tie it in with the rest of the piece. Um, back in there. I've been kind of uh, putting off doing the skin bits because I don't know exactly how I want to do the flesh tone. Like if I want like I don't know if I want to just go with like my normal skin tone like way of doing skin tones and just leave it at that, or if I want to actually do a little bit of research and see what sort of color combinations I would need to do for doing a like a more realistic Japanese skin tone, if that makes sense. Because like I can do a Caucasian skin tone for fucking days, all the way from pale to tan. That's easy. I can do that. Fortunately, I don't have very much experience with other natural skin tones. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I am super stoked with how this is starting to come together, slowly but surely. And I am taking my time. Like I have a while for this because this is for JT's art swap, so I don't have to have this thing done until the middle of July. Um, so I can take my time. I can make sure it's done right. And like weirdly enough, so this is for an like a fucking art swap for miniature painting. Um, and my main focus in this actually is the scene that the miniature is going in. I say miniature loosely because it is 75 millimeters. Um, but yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit that button there. That is gonna throw up the ending soon skeen. Yes, skeen. That is the word I'm substituting in for scene. Um, even though they do not mean anywhere near the same things. So scared. Sharky grabbing the first blood. There we go. I do apologize for any bumps along the way here, but we are going to come over to the couch. We are going to cuddle up just a little bit, and we're going to see who is doing the thing. I'm going to navigate away from myself. You know what? What are you painting? You're not making anything at the moment. Actually, I think you might be. Actually, let's click on here. And I appreciate that. I do once again, I do apologize for the thumps and bumps. That is me moving